Hello, I'm Rhonda, and welcome back to my channel. Here, I share hypnotic and inspiring stories designed to help you unwind, find peace, and reconnect with yourself. Whether you're preparing for a restful night or looking for a serene escape from the day's hustle, these calming narratives will gently guide you to a place of reflection and inner calm. Subscribe now and step into a world of tranquility, where each story serves as a gentle reminder of the magic and beauty that already resides in you. Before we begin this journey, take a deep breath in and let it out. That's right. And as you listen to my voice, allow yourself to settle, to sink into comfort, to feel a deep, easy relaxation spreading through you. With every breath, you can begin to notice how the world slows down, how your thoughts become softer, how your body unwinds like a gentle sigh. There is no need to do anything at all. Just listen and allow. Because as you listen to my words, you may begin to feel a sense of deep calm, a quiet rhythm, a gentle flow. And with each breath, you can sink even deeper, letting go of the day, letting go of time. Simply here, simply now, simply ready. And in just a moment, I will begin the story. And as I do, you may find yourself effortlessly carried along, floating in the rhythm of the words, settling deeper, relaxing more, open and receptive to every soothing detail. So now, just let go, let yourself drift, and listen. The River Beneath the Mountain, a hypnotic story of release and transformation. There was a man who carried the weight of the world, though no one can see it. His name was Calder, and he had mastered the art of keeping things inside. Every frustration, every swallowed word, every clenched jaw. Every moment he wanted to scream but did not. He tucked them away, pressing them into the unseen spaces of his body, storing them beneath the surface of his skin, like stones in a deep, silent lake. He was the mountain, strong, immovable, towering. At least that's what the world saw. But inside something else was happening. Beneath the mountain, a river was growing, a river of unspoken words, of unreleased energy, of tension that had no escape. It pressed and swirled, carving unseen tunnels through his chest, deep beneath his ribs, winding itself into every muscle, every thought. And though Calder did not speak of it, though he did not even name it, he could feel it. Waiting, restless, surging, searching for a way out, like a storm locked behind stone, a fire with no air to burn, a scream that had not been given a voice. And then, one night, it happened. It was a night like any other, a quiet evening, a sky full of silver clouds, drifting without hurry. But inside Calder, the pressure was reaching its peak. He felt it rising, boiling, tightening, pushing against his ribs like something alive. and before he could stop it, before he could do what he had always done, swallow it down, suppress it, control, contain, he ran. Not knowing why, not knowing where. His feet pounded against the earth, his breath sharp in the cool night air, his body moving faster than his mind. Through the darkened streets, past the edge of town, beyond the last scattered houses, where the wild land began, he ran, as though the very force inside him was chasing him. And still, the river beneath the mountain roared. At last, when his legs could not carry him no more, he stumbled into a place he had never been before, a clearing, surrounded by ancient trees, the air thick with the scent of earth and water. And in the center of it all, a pool, dark, still, almost too still, as though it had been waiting for him. A pool fed by no stream, yet somehow impossibly full. He approached, breath ragged, chest burning, and as he stood at the edge, he saw his reflection staring back at him. The tightness in his jaw, the tension in his shoulders, the storm in his eyes, and something inside him cracked, because he knew in that moment that this was just not a pool. It was the river that had always lived inside him, and it was time to let it go. He fell to his knees, hands pressed into the cool, damp earth, and with one breath, one long, deep breath, he let it begin. A sound rose from deep within him, not a whisper, not a sigh, but a roar, a sound too big to be contained, too long restrained, too raw to be anything but truth. It surged from his chest, pouring from his throat, unshackled, wild, unburdened. And the moment the sound escaped, the water of the pool rippled, as though if it had been waiting for this very moment. The stillness broke, the surface trembled, and suddenly the pool began to drain, vanishing into the earth, disappearing like mist, sinking back into a place from which it came. And with it, the weight inside Calder began to disappear too. Not all at once, not like a sudden bolt of lightning, but like a slow exhale after holding your breath for too long, like the soft unwinding of a rope pulled too tight, like the first drops of rain on cracked, thirsty earth. His chest loosened, his jaw softened, his shoulders, for the first time in years, dropped. And as the last of the water faded into the ground, Calder lay back against the earth, staring up at the open sky, feeling something he had not felt in so long that he had almost forgotten its name. Relief. He did not return the same. The next morning, the world still moved as it always had. The sun still rose. The wind still whispered. The people still walked their paths, unaware. But Calder had changed. Something had shifted. The mountain stood still, but now the river beneath it had a path, a space to move, to breathe, to flow. And from that day on, when he felt the familiar pressure rising, when the river beneath his ribs began to stir, he no longer ignored it. Instead, he listened. And little by little, he learned to release in smaller ways. Sometimes it was breath, a deep inhale, a slow exhale, a silent offering to the wind. Sometimes it was movement, a long walk through the trees, a steady rhythm of steps against the earth. The simple act of letting his body move, the energy, instead of trapping it. Sometimes it was water, his hands cupped beneath the cool stream, feeling the flow, the softness, the reminder that he too could flow. And sometimes it was sound, not always a roar, but a sigh, a hum, a quiet acknowledgement that something inside him needed to be felt, needed to be expressed, needed to be freed. Not suppressing, not swallowing, not containing, but letting go, just a little, every day. And in that practice, he discovered something profound. That strength was not in holding everything in. It was in knowing when to let go. And with that knowing, he became something new. Not a mountain, not a storm, but a river. Free, moving, alive, and finally at peace. Hypnotic induction, flowing like the river. A guided journey for emotional release and transformation. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. There is no rush. There is nothing to force. Only this moment. Only this breath. Another deep inhale and a slow, easy exhale. And as you breathe, allow yourself to feel the weight of your body sinking into the surface beneath you. The world around you softens, quiets. There is only the steady rhythm of your breath, moving in and out like waves against the shore, like a river finding its way home. Now, let yourself begin the journey. Imagine yourself standing at the base of a great mountain, strong, immovable, towering. And as you stand there, you realize this mountain is you. For so long, you have carried everything inside, every thought unspoken, every feeling pushed down, every frustration stored in the quiet places of your body. You have held it all, believing that to hold it was to be strong. And yet, beneath the mountain, something moves. There is a river inside you, a river that has been waiting. Feel it now, a pulse beneath your ribs, a current beneath your skin, a knowing deep inside. It does not want to fight you. It does not want to wish you harm. It only wants to flow. And now, it's time to let it. You begin to walk, slowly, deliberately, up a winding path along the mountain's edge. With every step, you become more aware of the weight you have been carrying. Feel it now, the tightness in your chest, the tension in your shoulders, the grip in your jaw, the hidden pressure behind your eyes. Breathe in, and as you exhale, let the weight soften, just a little. With each step, you let go just a little more. A tight muscle releases. A breath deepens. A thought floats away. And now, in the distance you see it. A clearing at the heart of the mountain, and in the center of it a pool, dark, still, waiting. This is where the river has gathered. This is where your emotions have been stored. It has been waiting for you. You step to the edge of the pool. Look into the water. See your reflection. The strength in your body. The depth in your eyes. The energy you have held on to for so long. And as you stand there, something inside you stirs. A sound, a breath, a pulse of something deep, something real, something ready to be set free. Now take a deep inhale, and when you exhale, let it be a sound. Maybe a sigh, maybe a hum, maybe just a breath leaving your lips. And as you release, the water ripples. Again, another breath in and another release. A little stronger this time. The water trembles, responding to you, as though it has been waiting for this very moment. And now, you let go completely. Whatever sound needs to escape, whatever energy needs to move, let it flow from you now. A breath, a whisper, a quiet, trembling exhale, or perhaps a deeper, more powerful release. Whatever comes, let it come. The water ripples, the surface shifts, and suddenly the pool begins to drain, vanishing into the earth, sinking back into the place from which it came. And with it, the weight inside you begins to disappear too. Not at once, not like a sudden bolt of lightning, but like a slow exhale after holding your breath for too long. Like the soft unwinding of a rope pulled too tight. Like the first drops of rain on cracked, thirsty earth. The tension melts. The pressure eases. Your body softens. The river inside you has found its way out, and now, for the first time in a long time, you feel light, free, at peace. You step back, looking at the empty pool. The mountain still stands, strongly and steady. But now, something has changed. The river inside you has a path, and you understand something you didn't before. You do not have to hold everything inside. You do not have to carry the weight alone. You do not have to be just the mountain. You can be the river too, moving, flowing, alive. And from this moment on, whenever you feel the pressure begin to build, you will remember. You will breathe. You will release just a little every day. Sometimes in a sigh, sometimes in a stretch, sometimes in laughter, in tears, in movement, in sound. Not all at once, not in an explosion, but in a flow, in a natural, gentle flow. And in that release, you will always find peace. Slowly now, gently, bring your awareness back to your body. Feel the weight of yourself against the surface beneath you, the gentle movement of your breath, the lightness in your chest, the softness in your hands. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, roll your shoulders. Let your breath deepen, and when you are ready, only when you're ready, allow your eyes to open. Welcome back. The river within you flows freely now, and you are free. The meaning of the story, The River Beneath the Mountain. This story is a metaphor for emotional suppression, inner tension, and the process of release. It represents the human tendency to hold on to emotions, frustrations, sadness, anger, stress, believing that keeping them inside is a form of strength. But in reality, true strength is not in suppression, but in knowing when and how to let go. Let's explore the deeper meanings. 1. The mountain as a symbol of suppression. Calder, like many people, has learned to be the mountain, strong, steady, unshaken. He has been conditioned to believe that holding everything inside is a sign of control and stability. He does not express frustration, does not cry, does not allow his emotions to be seen or felt. To the outside world, he appears composed, resilient, but inside, something is building. The mountain represents emotional suppression, the pressure of unexpressed feelings stored beneath the surface. But mountains are not empty. Beneath them, forces of nature, rivers, magma, pressure, are always moving, waiting to be released. 2. The river as the energy of unexpressed emotion. Deep within Calder, there is a river, hidden beneath the stone. This river is the words he has not spoken, the frustration he has not allowed himself to feel, the weight of stress, sadness, anger, and exhaustion that he has never expressed. And like all rivers that are dammed, it does not disappear. It presses, it builds, it searches for a way out. This is what happens when we hold on to emotions for too long. They do not dissolve. They transform into tension in the body, stress in the mind, and heaviness in the heart. And eventually, they reach its breaking point. 3. The breaking point and the instinct to run. One night, Calder runs. He doesn't know why, he doesn't know where. He only knows that something inside him has reached its limit. This represents the body's need for release, the moment when emotions can no longer be contained. People experience this in different ways. A sudden urge to cry, a breakdown after holding everything in, an uncontrollable emotional outburst, a physical need to move, to run, to escape the weight inside. Calder's body is not betraying him, it's saving him. It's telling him, you cannot hold this forever. 4. The hidden pull as a subconscious mind. The pull Calder finds in the clearing is a symbol of his deepest self, his subconscious mind. It has been waiting for him, just as unexpressed emotions always wait for acknowledgement. It is still, dark, full, holding everything he has carried for so long. It shows him his own reflection, forcing him to see himself, to see the tension, see the weight in his own eyes. The pull is not the enemy, it is his unexpressed truth. And now, standing before it, he finally understands. It is time to let go. 5. The release as emotional catharsis. Calder falls to his knees. He lets out a roar, a sound that has been locked inside him for years. This is the moment of catharsis, the physical, emotional, and energetic release of suppressed emotions. And when he releases, the pull responds. The water ripples, shifting, reacting to its energy. The surface breaks, showing that the stillness was never truly still. It was always waiting for movement. The pull drains, symbolizing that emotions, when released, do not remain trapped. This is the truth about emotional energy. When we express emotions in a safe and intentional way, they lose their power over us. When we let go, even just a little, the weight begins to disappear. 6. The transformation, becoming the river. When Calder returns, he is no longer the same. The mountain still stands. He is still strong. But now, the river inside him has a path. It is no longer trapped beneath the stone. It flows freely. This symbolizes that learning to express emotions in small, healthy ways instead of holding them in. Understanding and release is not weakness, it's renewal. And knowing that true strength is not in resisting emotions, but in allowing them to move through you. And from that day forward, Calder chooses release. A sign when frustration builds, a walk when his mind feels heavy, a breath, a stretch, a quiet hum, simple daily releases that prevent emotions from building into storms. He is no longer just a mountain, he is a river, free, moving, alive, and finally, at peace. Thank you for listening to this story, and I hope it's helped. Again, until then, be well.